Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's soul weather forecast. Let's see what we have this week in the energy. What can we expect this week? Thank you for all those that have joined me, whether it be now or in the past, and have helped me in some way. Help my channel grow, whether that be to like, share, or subscribe, or leave any comments. Anything that you do actually helps in some way. So I appreciate and thank all of those who have supported my channel. So we have 45 here, repairing the veil, forgiveness. So this already tells me that forgiveness, there's somebody that we might need to forgive. Now, I also like that there's this little very yellow, there's a little butterfly down here. I don't know if you can see that little butterfly, but he's actually, it's like he's very lit up. And so, butterflies represent transformation. And I really feel like that's what this is talking about, is transforming a situation. There's some kind of need to forgive something and transform the energy in and around a relationship. And a relationship can be to a person, place, or thing. I mean, it's not, you'll have to take that how it resonates for you. But I also like, this is what I'm getting. I feel like there's almost like this electrical current. I don't know if you see that or not. For me, I'm seeing this electrical current, almost like there's lightning that's going down through this pole. I see this, to me, it's standing out very strongly. And so I don't know if you're seeing the same thing I am, but that's what I'm seeing. So it's like supercharged. It's like, it's like this supercharged energy around something that really needs to be transformed or healed or and I think something's really been spotlighted for us that needs to change, that we need to take action on, especially out of the backside of that full moon. The full moon was all about taking action on something that we were going to be, something was going to be revealed to us to take action on. And so this is like giving us, it's like almost like I feel like there's this supercharged energy to allow this transformation to take place, to allow any healing that needs to occur, almost is what I'm feeling here. I'm going to go ahead and pull one card out of this deck here. And I don't remember, I have to look it up. I don't remember what this deck is offhand, but we have this Secret Keeper. That's almost giving me a High Priestess vibe off of that card. Some things are meant to remain a mystery and for your highest good, and that's one of the things that it wasn't surprising me after I read that reminds me of the High Priestess card, because High Priestess can talk about secrets that are being kept hidden, or, things that we're not aware of. And this is talking about, mysteries that remain unknown to us, that are for our highest good. And I like how this last statement, and I don't know, I'll have to bring this up here. This last statement says, let the universe surprise you. Let the universe surprise you. And so I really feel like and I think I kind of talked about this in one of my readings, either it was a full moon reading or last week's soul weather forecast, where I feel like there is something coming in, that the universe has got our backs, and there's something coming in. They're coming in with something for us that's going to make our lives a little bit better. But I really feel like there might be something that needs to be that needs to shift within us, like for us to receive these gifts that are coming in, these surprises the universe has for us to be able to receive those. I feel like there's something that needs to be repaired here, that we need to repair, either whether that's letting go of something that we've learned that no longer suits us, letting go of the purple people eaters. Letting go of letting go of people, places, or things that no longer that are just tying up our energy, so that new things, we can let go of that energy that we're holding on to, that's taking up space in our lives, to allow for something new to come in. And that's where that forgiveness may come in, come into play, as there may be something that we need to forgive ourselves for and let go of, so that we can make space for something new to come in. Because if we're holding on to, even if we're holding on to feelings of regret or remorse, or sadness over, where we keep revisiting something from the past that we feel like we should have done better or done differently, that's where we need to forgive ourselves and understand that we had to go through that to learn something from it. And so we wouldn't be the people that we are today if we wouldn't have experienced that. So just keep that in mind. I think I'm going to put that there. So this really just tells me, it's interesting that that emoji card, I feel like what I'm getting from that mostly is this feeling of maybe being a little, I'm getting stressed, but it's not quite stressed. It's like fatigue. It's like a fatigue, like this general malaise of fatigue. Like all of us may be, or several of us may be, feeling extremely fatigued right now. And I think that a lot of these energies have really taken a toll on us. And I feel like, we're still recovering from that. We're still recovering from all the, maybe the lessons or the wake-up calls that we've received in the last, several months, with all the planetary alignments that have come in to make adjustments in our lives. I think that has caused us a little bit of fatigue. I'm going to call it awakening fatigue. I don't know that that's necessarily a thing, but I think I'm going to call it awakening fatigue. It's becoming aware. It's fatigue of becoming aware of things that need to shift and change, and through that awareness, it's got you a little bit worn out, because it's like this sense of being a little bit frazzled, because now we have opened up new feelings, new thoughts, new ways of looking at things, that it's like, just that emotional change of addressing things, where it could talk about where maybe there has been some things revealed to us, and through that revealing process, now that it's been revealed, and now we're in the process of repairing some of this stuff or changing things. And it's interesting, because what fell on the floor here was the Four of Swords that I was picking up there, which is all about healing. And I think that's what, this is talking about, that it might be a time to kind of rest and recover a little bit, because I got that, that kind of fatigued feeling off of that card, kind of a little bit just, like I said, I feel like healing or awareness fatigue, that there's so much that needs to be done, that I feel like there's so much that needs to be done to change our stability in our lives. I really feel like we've really gotten a wake-up call of what needs to shift and what needs to change in our lives to give us the happiness and the stability that we want in our lives. And we know that we need to move toward that. We need to move toward this new found stability, or new direction that we have been shown. We need to move toward that. And we know that, but it's gonna take time. And I like that it's, the Knight of Pentacles here. It's the slowest moving card in the deck, but it's somebody that's taken their time to do it right. And I feel like that's what's happening here is we know that there's these changes that need to be made. And I think it overwhelmed us that, what the task at hand that we need to do. Like something kind of overwhelmed us. And so maybe it took, I think it like took us a moment to catch up. It kind of is taking us, it's like, oh my gosh, there's so much I got to do. And like telling ourselves almost that we need to just take it one step at a time. So let's go ahead and clarify this Four of Swords here. Clarify this Four of Swords for me, please. Do I have my deck? Okay, I have my deck upside down. That is not a reversal. I was holding the deck upside down. Okay, so we have the Ten of Cups. And I get that. I get, I really feel like, I'm pretty sure that I talked about this either, like I said, I can't remember, since I did those readings back to back Saturday, Sunday, the full moon and the last week's weekly soul weather forecast. It was really about, one of those readings was about bringing our thoughts into actions. There's things that we have wanted, that we've dreamed of, that we've been wishing for, manifesting and bringing those into reality, taking action, that this is the time to take action on our hopes and dreams, the things that we wish for, because this is the Ten of Cups to me is the things that we wish for and dream, but they're still in our imagination. There's still something, it's not something that we have made physical yet. It's just thoughts, that I really feel like our thoughts and emotions, it's this, kind of wishful thinking that this is the life that I wish that I had, but it hasn't been putting that into action. And I feel like this is the time to put those hopes and dreams into action, especially with this full moon that just occurred on Monday. I really feel like that was the power of that full moon was to encourage us to start taking action on things that we want in our lives. And I think that the universe is here to say, I have some happy surprises for you if you're willing to put in the work. And I think that, we've been awakened to this, that there's things that we need to take care of. There's things that we need to do, that we need to take action on. And we're slowly realizing we need to take action on this. And I really feel like, that we have been, I really do feel like there's something here that's being healed. And I think that's what's causing the shift. But when things are being healed, it's not an easy process more often than not. It can be very painful to heal old wounds, old triggers, things like that, to change who we are, down at our core self. And that doesn't surprise me, that the devil would come out here, because that's what I was kind of talking about. It can be very hard because, the devil can keep us stuck. It can keep us stuck in place because it kind of sits on our shoulder, and it tells us, that we're better off where we are sometimes. It doesn't encourage us to change. It doesn't encourage us to be better or do better. It wants us to stay put and stay where we're at so that we don't grow and we don't change. It wants us to keep, thinking that we can't have what we want, so it has power over us. And I think that we're gaining power over those, over our feelings and thoughts, kind of healing that aspect of feeling like we don't have the power to change things within our lives. Interesting story there, but yeah, that's definitely what's coming through here. And that's working on our happiness, working on our stability, working on what we want. The Four of Wands can definitely talk about, a celebration, celebrating something, that we want and we desire, and adding that longevity to it, really working on the things that the Ten of Cups, what we want and desire, taking action, working on it, and bringing it into reality, working on overcoming overcoming these devil tendencies in ourselves, where we keep ourselves stuck, where we hold ourselves back, and that, I'm not too surprised with the nine of I'm not too surprised with the Nine of Swords coming out there, because it is hard, when we're working on these things. And I think that's why the Knight of Pentacles is here, is it's a slow process, and that's why we can be fatigued, because it can be very trying on us. It can be, this is just talking about that fatigue. It's that fatigue, that stress that can come about when we're making changes in our lives and things are different. And then we have the Knight of Cups on that Knight of Pentacles, along with the Eight of Cups. So more like working on things. And I like that these are both cups that are coming out. Hopefully I've got those all in the camera. I like that those, I'm running into the camera leg here because of the setup I have, since my other camera stand broke on me. So I'm fighting with that. But I like the fact that we have that this is cups on this pentacles, because it really tells me, everything here tells me that this is something we desire, something that we're passionate, like, well, it's Wands is more passionate, but it's willing to put, it's like from our heart, that our emotions, our feelings are behind it. Like we're very our feelings are driving this change, and when our feelings are driving a change, then we're more likely to take action on it, especially when we have strong feelings for something, and one of the things with, the fact that this full moon was in Capricorn, one of the things with that is Capricorn energy is not only this perseverance, that Knight of Pentacles, of being diligent and persevering, keep plugging along at something slowly, but also Capricorn energy can embody, like sometimes Capricorn people can be very, have strong ideals, like they're like when there's something they're passionate about, something that is something that they, like that they get behind and rally behind, there's almost no stopping them, when their emotions and feelings are tied to a project or a thing, like say, or what's the word I'm looking for, like like they support something, some kind of group or belief or something. When they support something, they really get behind it, like they put everything, all their energy into it. And that's what I feel like. It's this here, this whole part here is like almost like that Capricorn energy of the full moon. And look how that's in a circle. I almost am getting like that full moon energy, like the full moon is shining down on that with the circles. It's like that full moon energy is giving us the wherewithal, the gumption, the emotional backing to really push us forward into action, and to keep it. And since it's our emotions and feelings driving that action, we're more likely to succeed, which is that pinnacle energy. It's more stable, because our emotion, it's not fleeting. Like Wands energy can be very fleeting, whereas the Cups energy, when it comes from a place of emotions and feelings, it's stronger. And that stronger energy to work on something, it helps, helps fuel the fire. It helps keep us going, because our emotions are tied into it, whereas if it's Wands or passionate energy, it can die out really quickly, it can be fleeting. Whereas, when it's Cups, as I said, it's more, there's more energy behind it, I feel, to keep driving forward, to keep making something happen. And I think that that's what we have right now. Let me go ahead and I think What do I want to use? I want to pull a couple more cards, but I'm not sure what I want to pull. Um, what deck do I want to use? I keep looking at this one, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the Gilded Tarot for my for my final messages. Final messages from the universe. Got cards already coming out here. The Sun, our happiness. A decision about our happiness. And I think that doesn't surprise me. And Victory, Six of Wands. So it actually doesn't surprise me, that the Two of Swords coming out here. I think this ties back to the secret keeper, this kind of high priestess energy, that there are things that you can't see. There's that there are things that are meant to be a mystery, how she's blindfolded here. And I think that there's things, these can be the swords here, I feel like there's just things that we're not meant to know right now. Just kind of, I feel like the message is that, be happy with what you have, and trust in the universe that things are gonna work out in your favor, even though you may not have all the information, even though you may not see all the pieces or the ways forward. Believe that you're going to be successful, and I really feel like with the Sun card, it's really how do I want to say it, being grateful, or like being in the moment, kind of living in the moment, and like enjoy or be happy, enjoy those happy moments, the in the moment, like, really take advantage of, or pay attention, or be, I'm not quite, I don't know why it's not wanting to come out correctly. This is really a simple thought, and it's being complex. And usually there's a reason around that, because I keep feeling this, something changing, something turning, something, there's things shifting. And because of this shift, it's like these moments might be fleeting. These moments of happiness might be fleeting, and because they're fleeting, it's almost like you need to grab them when you have them, because I think this journey is going to be, it's going to be slow, and it's going to be a little bit challenging, as we saw with, trying to, it can lead to this fatigue, and it can be almost like it can get us stressed out, and it can be overwhelming at times. So we need to, grasp these fleeting moments of happiness when we can, when we're in them, because, and appreciate them when we have them, because things, I feel like things are changing, and things are spinning, and things are moving. And when things are changing and moving, sometimes it can be really hard to capture those moments of happiness, or to really appreciate the moment when you're in it, because you might be thinking, of the future, thinking something you got to do tomorrow or next week or whatever, and you miss that moment. And then you're sitting in maybe an energy like the next day, where you're kind of sad and depressed because you didn't take advantage. Like, it's not like an energy of regret, it's more just like, like in that, moment, you might not be appreciating the moment, is what this is telling me. And so it's just to be aware that you might not be fully appreciating those good moments when you have them, and reveling in them, because your focus might be on what needs to be done, or what you didn't do, or something else, that your focus isn't on what those fleeting moments of happiness, of what brings us happiness. So because we might be too worried about what we can't see, or what needs to be done, thinking ahead, forward thinking, is what I'm getting through here, what's coming through. So I hope you enjoyed that message this week. I hope you got something out of it. It was a little bit tricky and difficult for me to pull. So I hope that it resonated with you somehow. And please only take what read. This is a general message, so please only take what feels right for you and leave the rest. I wish you the best this week. Thank you for joining me. Joy, love, and light.